My name is Shannon Tulsiram. I'm the Head of Economic Development and Investment Promotion within the Economic and Development Planning Cluster of the EThekwini Municipality. So I think let me start by first saying that, as you're all aware, that the Port of Durban is located within the city of Durban, and then there are a number of economic activities that occur in the port that have a direct impact on the city. So, in terms of the activities that occur in the port, clearly they perform a very important and strategic aspect of our broader logistic sector, and they contribute significantly to the economy of Durban. And that is, you find itself happening in terms of investment, job opportunities, and linkages to the various trade routes. It's also important to note that the interface between the sea and the land side logistics goes beyond the port boundaries. So there's a number of activities that take place outside the port that have a very come through the what the city needs to do is to provide that very important infrastructure and services so the port activities occur in a very efficient and effective manner. This requires an alignment between the city and the port insofar as long-term planning to ensure that the system works well, and more importantly, the activities of the port and the land side has a direct bearing on the cost of logistics. So in order for Durban and the port to remain globally competitive, it is important that it functions well. And more importantly, if we were to achieve an industrial based economy, we have to build efficient port systems. So I think in response to that question, there are a number of things that we're doing. Okay, so firstly, the whole concept of smart means different things to different people, but there are a number of activities taking place that contribute to the overall realization of the concept of being a smart city. So firstly, in order to achieve that, we have to provide holistic, integrated and sustainable transport and urban planning and supporting infrastructure to the port and related logistics. And therefore it is important as a city to have an integrated freight strategy and a plan to take that forward so that we can achieve that overall smart port city status. Then the second thing that we need to do is to allow for a seamless integration between sea and land. And that's by providing what we may call multimodal logistics platforms. And we know that some currently exist, maybe not in the most efficient manner, but we know they exist in Clearwood and surrounding areas. But in addition to that, we need to look at how we as a city provide those facilities in Caterage and the Durban Trade Port. We also need to look at how we can find smart and innovative solutions to local problem and challenges. So some of the things that impact on our broader community are things like traffic congestion and the like. And the city needs to put into place a system that can handle and manage that traffic congestion better. So we know from very efficient systems as to how the transport sector functions and its relationship to the port. So in a sense, you bring about scheduling of transport and the like. And in order to achieve that, there is a need to have the fundamentals of a smart city, the broadband infrastructure and being able to manage the movement of vehicles and so forth. So in that context, it's important to note that the city and the port authorities and EMC are playing a vital role in the Innovate Durban initiatives. We also know that in realizing a smart city, a smart port city, we also want the citizens of Durban to also utilize elements within the port for recreational purposes. Some other things that come to mind are, for example, our work with the tertiary institutions, some of the in terms of high school and learners, trying to get them to understand and better appreciate what happens in the port, to support those schools that are offering maritime studies so that they can become more equipped and better understand the Durban operations. We understand that the port doesn't operate in isolation. There are a number of stakeholders involved, both communities, industry, port authorities and the like, and hence the municipality together with the EThekwini Maritime cluster have embarked on a collaborative effort to have a maritime summit. This year is the second summit, and it is our intent to deal with these very complex issues, to have a clear vision as to how Durban needs to be positioned, some of the key elements that need to be done to realize that goal.